Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome to Throwbacks, where we talk all things cool and retro. And at long last, the long game has finally paid off for me with this Mattel Creations exclusive Ultimate 2-pack featuring the Hot Rod, Rowdy Piper, and of course, George, the Animal Steel. This just recently went on a pretty decent clearance. I think it ended up being about $40, which is really the price of two elites nowadays. So to get an exclusive and to get them in ultimate form for just $40 was a steel ski of a deal ski for sure. Pretty happy to have these in the collection. Just when they think they know or they got the answers, I changed the questions. Said by, of course, one Rowdy Piper, but I'm not sure if do these have the black cards or the regular cards? I'm not honestly sure, but I guess we can go ahead and crack in and see if that's a thing or not. I honestly couldn't tell you if it is or not, so let's go ahead and find out. Do it together, as they say. I don't know that I've opened one of these in a very, very long time, so this is all, I think the last one of these I opened was, well, if they did do the black ones, I definitely did not get the black ones, and that's okay. I am not sour on that at all. Wouldn't that be funny if they did like one black one, one blue one? Oh, collectors would outright riot, no doubt about that. Get the guys out of there. These are fun, nice little packaging for sure. You can always keep them in your collection as some other form of storage or things like that. So I do appreciate that from Mattel and Mattel Creations. I know normally we don't really get into the packaging too much, but these are exclusives. These are not available in store, so might as well have a quick look at them. Starting off with George the Animal Steel. Kind of, oh, look at this. We even got a friend. Look at that, a little friend. Go on, friend. Go pass away in my man cave somewhere. I know this kind of piqued me wanting to find this as I saw Uncle BJ had an elite version of George the Animal Steel that he hadn't quite opened yet. So I was like, man, you know what? I really do need a good George the Animal Steel in my collection. And then once I saw that go up for sale on Mattel Creations, I thought, well, it's time to make that happen. And that's definitely what we're going to do here. So quick look at the packaging. Definitely a hairy boy. I do believe all the accessories are in there. Resealable packaging. I don't know if I remember that being the case or not. Some of the other figures, Jake the Snake, Rick Rude, Hogan, Funk, and then these guys. Obviously, a few more have come out in the meantime. I do like the Coliseum collection. Harken back to the LJ in days. But we do get the accessories. Rip Turnbuckle, Mind Doll? I don't know what that is. Swappable head, swappable hands, and a soft goods shirt for one good old George the Animal Steel. Now into most people's main event is Hot Rod, Rowdy Piper. I do love me some Piper. That said, this is kind of the bonus, honestly, for me. It is nice to have a definitive 80s, maybe early 90s, probably just 80s though, Hot Rod here in the collection. But it's not like we haven't had tons and tons and tons of Hot Rod, which I will never complain about, that's for sure. But just getting another one is definitely a bright spot. But I think for me, the real want there is the George the Animal Steel. But this is definitely, I'm pretty sure, gonna be a fronter. Again, Ultimate Collection, Rowdy Piper on the front. And again, you get the little card. And we're going to have a kilt. We're going to have soft goods, shirt, microphone, swappable heads, and swappable hands. But enough of the package fun. Let's go ahead and crack into the Coliseum Collections Mattel Creations exclusive 2-pack of Rowdy Piper, and George the Animal Steel. Alright, time to dive into Rowdy Piper. We will start off with the good old accessories case. I will note that it is kind of funny that this is resealable packaging, and yet there's tie downs on the inside, so you have to break the tie downs to get the figure out. So is it really resealable if you don't have the tie downs? Yeah, that kind of thing. Alright, here we go. We got a massively oversized microphone, which I do not like at all. Gross, hate it. And then we've got a very animated Piper, a smug Piper. Ooh, I like that Piper head a lot. I've got the anger head on the Monday Night Wars one. I think I'm going to go with that smug head there. There's your extra sets of hands and all that good stuff there. So we'll go ahead and put that back in its box. And let's get into the Hot Rod himself. Oh man, this is such a good figure. I love this figure. Right there, man, I think this really does look like the LJN a whole lot. And that is definitely not a bad thing at all. Hot Rod, shirt, nice bright colors. Pops really good. Is it a fitted? It is not a fitted, which come on, give me a fitted shirt. But it does have the Velcro on the back. And then we do have his kilt with the belt looking really nice. Nice different colors of green. Definitely shows that this is an older version of Piper before he kind of settled in on his one kilt. Undercarriage looks good. Blues, light blues, that kind of thing. Pinned. What are we doing? Pinned? Oh no. Pinned knees. Not the end of the world. I'm not a big issue guy with the pinned or no pinned, but come on, this is an ultimate. What are we doing? We got to do better than that. The Piper boots, I will say something interesting about this color. I'm assuming it's just the color, and the color is the color. But to me, it feels like it's a weathered color. It feels like, to me, it feels like the intent was like, hey, these were a lot more vibrant when they were new, when they were first, purchased by Piper, and then it's just seen some ring time, and that they've kind of worn down a little bit, and they've got a kind of an age look to them. I'm sure that's probably just me, but that's the conclusion I came out of it, and I think it definitely looks cool. It definitely gives it more of an 80s weathered look to it for sure. But an excellent figure. These colors, for what seems like a simple figure, everything pops really nice with these colors on the shirt and on his kilt. And we'll say this. Let's get this even. I think that's kind of all right. So you have to move. So the belt seems like it's attached somehow, or either that or it's just really tight, and that might be the case. Then you have your Velcro for the kilt here and a little pull strap. Definitely leaving that on for sure. But a excellent version. Would I say it's the ultimate version of Hot Rod? I don't know. It's definitely not as good as the Monday Night Wars Hot Rod. That is one of my absolute favorite figures in all of my collection, wrestling and the like. But now it's time for what I've been looking for. It's time for some George the Animal Steel action. Alright, unfortunately already running into some issues here with George the Animal Steel. It's frustrating when you have that happen, but we'll get to that in just a second. But let's start off here with the accessory set. Crack it open and see all the fun that is inside. It is quite a plethora. We do have the whatever thing. Do have some extra heads. I think we're supposed to get like a torn up ring post, which is in there, which I think I'm gonna keep just safely stored away in there. I feel like this is something that if I take it out, I'm gonna lose it and mess with it, but pretty cool. It's got the old school logo, or as close as they can get to the old school logo. We do have a shirt. I don't know. We might do the shirt. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think we'll have him hold his little guy here. That is something he's pretty known for. I don't know about maybe this head. We'll see. But there's your extra hands, C grip, and a crazy little dude there. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull out a crazy little dude. Does he have articulation? Sure enough, actually some pretty decent articulation. That's surprising. Definitely nothing on the feet, but there you go. Some fun little eyes. Did they sell this to like as a stuffed animal for kids and stuff? Do they put that in like the magazines, sell it at the merch stand? I would hope so, but I don't know that I've ever seen seen one of these in all the wrestling figure groups and stuff. I've never seen anybody post anything about this, so maybe they didn't. That would seem like a missed opportunity to me. But let's go ahead and get into George the Animal Steel here. Again, very nice head. They are killing it with the head game. The sculpts are really good. I do like this little neck roll action here on the back. Speaking of the back, that is some massive fur burger action going on. That is a hairy man. No doubt about it. They did not go easy on the spray there at all. But on the back, we got nothing much going on. We do have this bow-legged action, and that's what we're going to get into here as a massive issue, is to get it to be front and centered. Maybe not. Maybe. Yeah, it's still an issue. You can see that's how we're looking. Well, we're lining up his pant line, which, again, pinned knees, and they missed the paint there. To have it there is just a big bow leg action. So, like, to really get what you're wanting, it's just, you really kind of got to turn it. And I'm probably going to have to heat this up, to be honest with you, and see if we can't kind of bend it out that way. Which, again, you know, at full price, this was $70-something. That's a lot of money to get a guy that's got a jank foot there. So, not really acceptable to me. I think that's a pretty massive issue. And I think if you're going to have pegs on here, especially on a point or peg holes on this, you've got to hit the paint, and they just missed on that on both sides. So it's really unacceptable. Top half of this figure is absolutely a banger, outstanding. The head's a little tiny loose, but not really enough that I would really make an actual complaint, just kind of more of a heads up on that. But this is a problem, and I really don't like it, and it really kind of bugs me, to be honest. I do like the different kind of hands here. They are slightly different. These might be, you know, speaking of hot water, if you really wanted to, you could probably turn these into a decent 4 horseman hand with just a little bit of manipulation of that thumb, or really just hold it like that. Probably would be okay. In your figure 4, in your 4 horsemen, you know, action figure collection there. And you could probably make that work if you wanted to, if you so chose. But let's go ahead, get these guys posed out, and give our final thoughts on the Hot Rod himself and George the Animal. Alright, and there we go. I gotta say, I'm really glad I did not pay full price for these. Good figures, and then okay figure here with George. That leg is just driving me nuts. I don't like it. And then the shirt is almost too short. Any sort of movement, like I think if you tried to do this pose that he's doing here on the card art, that shirt would rise up, which actually you can almost see it rising up right now just from lifting that arm. So you'd have like some belly, which maybe that was part of the thing. I don't really, you know, George Animal Steel matches don't exactly pop up on my memory that often. So maybe that was kind of a thing, is that his belly would show. But if that's not the case, and that's just the figure being too, or the soft goods being too short, that's another big miss on that figure. So definitely glad I did not pay more than elite prices for that. The Hot Rod, I gotta say, is a banger of a figure. I can't really say that I have any issues short of the you know, pegged knees, which are covered up by his kilt, so not the end of the world there, but it's definitely a lot more showy there on George. But at the end of the day, those are just my opinions, and I'm sure that you have your own, and we'd love to hear about them in the comments down below. Obviously, this has been available for quite a few months now at this point, maybe even a year plus, out there on Mattel Creations. So if you haven't had a chance to get it, is it after watching this video, is it something you're thinking about? Maybe I'll pick up for that lower price point. I would definitely suggest waiting on that lower price point. But leave it, like I said, let us know in the comments down below. And while you're there, go ahead and hit us with a like, and of course, subscribe to the channel, as we do post new content every single day. But it is that time once again. It's time to get on out of here. It's time to throw one back. So for myself and Uncle BJ, we are going to throw one back, and we'll see you all next time.